Live from the CBS Bay Area studios, this is KPIX 5 News on KBCW.
Classmates mourn a high school student killed in an early morning crash in the East Bay tonight. Police try to figure out what caused the accident. Good evening, I'm Juliette Goodrich.
And I'm Brian Hackney. KPIX 5's Joe Vasquez is at James Logan High School in Union City, where a vigil for the teen is just wrapping up. Joe?
And Brian, you can see behind me, there is still a large crowd here in the parking lot. These folks in shock after learning that one of their own was killed in an early morning car wreck.
Man, that's my best man right there.
Candles burned brightly as gut-wrenching tears flowed from the crowd of more than 1,000.
There's just nobody that can fill those type of shoes.
They're saying goodbye way too soon to 17-year-old Isaiah Meese.
The point is just love up everyone. You never know when they're going to be gone.
Meese was a senior, number 25, a linebacker for James Logan High School in Union City who knew how to get in on the tackle. His friends are remembering a young man whose personality was larger than life.
Isaiah is the diamond of our family. Junior homecoming king, great grades, full-time athlete, a great brother, a great cousin. It's a cold day in Union City, you know.
Police say Isaiah was killed early this morning when the car he was driving crashed on the highway. It happened around 1:25 a.m., 880 in Hayward near the West A Street on-ramp. Isaiah died on the scene. Paramedics rushed 2 passengers to the hospital. Police have not yet named the 2 passengers, but they are also students here at Logan High School. What's your understanding of what happened? He was overcorrecting?
Honestly, we don't know. We just know maybe, just overcorrection or just accidentally lost control or something like that.
We're still trying to get an update on the condition of Isaiah's 2 friends who were with him in the car. One of them was last listed in critical condition. Reporting live, Union City, Joe Vasquez, KPIX 5.
Right, Joe, thank you. Well, a bizarre scene on 880 in Oakland, a hit and run and then a shooting. Police say 2 cars were hit by a Mercedes speeding down the right shoulder about 5 o'clock. 2 people suffered minor injuries in that accident. The driver of the Mercedes abandoned the car and then took off. A short time later, police learned that same driver was involved in a shooting on the High Street off-ramp. No injuries reported from the shooting. Well, shootings on East Bay freeways led to the installation of additional surveillance cameras this summer. Since last November, there have been more than 24 shootings along Highway 4 and Interstates 80, 880, and 580. 4 people were killed.
In San Jose, police need your help finding the man accused of trying to kidnap women off the streets. David Russell is a convicted sex offender. Police say on August 29th, he attacked a woman at Hamilton and Meridian Avenues, then again last Thursday at Hillsdale and Narvaez Avenues. Both times, police say Russell tried to force young women into a white Nissan Rogue.
I've been living here for about 2 years, and this is the first time I've ever heard anything like that.
Really surprising to me because we don't hear incidents that happen over here in Willow Glen.
In both attacks, the women did manage to get away.
Brock Turner, the former Stanford swimmer convicted of sexual assault, was spotted today in Ohio. He was standing in the backyard of his parents' home near Dayton. That's the house where Turner will serve a 3-year probation. On Friday, he was released from jail in Santa Clara County after he served half of a 6-month sentence. The relatively light sentence prompted a backlash against the judge.
A driver's under arrest in connection with a deadly hit and run in Napa. Police posted this picture on Facebook showing them taking Russell Wyant into custody yesterday. Officers found him driving along Highway 80 heading into Vallejo. Police say that he was driving this silver Volkswagen Beetle when he struck and killed 54-year-old Michael Green. It happened in the area of Monarch Drive and Byway East early Friday morning. Wyant will be charged with vehicular manslaughter and hit and run resulting in death.
A boat that once provided tours of the Sacramento River sank today in the Delta. Only 2 people were on the Spirit of Sacramento. They called the Coast Guard overnight, saying the paddle wheel boat was taking on water near Bethel Island. Both people were able to get out safely. Then as the day wore on, the boat sank. There's now a small diesel leak, and crews are trying to cap it.
Tonight, a man is fighting for his life after he was rescued from San Francisco Bay. KPIX 5's John Ramos spoke with the tourists who risked their lives to help save a total stranger.
The water in San Francisco's aquatic park is cold enough that most who swim here wear wetsuits. But 2 tourists from England took an unplanned plunge today when they spotted a man in his late 30s, early 40s floating under the municipal pier.
He was face down in the water with a life jacket on, and we thought he was going to go under.
When we realised he wasn't going to come back out the other side of the bridge, we just decided to jump in.
Stephen Hammond and Stephen Cuss both dove in, found the man, pulled him up onto a platform under the pier, and began CPR. Hammond is a lifeguard in the UK, but says they were not able to revive the man before paramedics arrived and transported him by jet ski to an ambulance at the beach.
This kind of shake you up a little bit to see something like this?
Yeah.
Even though you're a lifeguard?
Mm-hmm.
An hour later, the Coast Guard continued to search the area, looking for a boat the man may have fallen from. The victim was transported to the hospital in critical condition, and the men who tried to save him are hoping the story of their heroism will have a happy ending. In San Francisco, John Ramos, KPIX 5.
Rescue came a day after the Coast Guard pulled 15 Sea Scouts and 1 adult from the bay near Aquatic Park. Coast Guard said the group's 30-foot catamaran flipped. The Scouts suffered bumps and bruises. Don't know why the boat flipped in the first place.
Well, the search is on for a missing father from San Lorenzo. Kent Murray has been missing for 3 days. He was supposed to pick up his kids from school on Thursday, but never showed up. Murray's car is still at home, but his bike is gone. His wife didn't want to show her face on camera, but says her husband's disappearance is tearing her apart.
His 2 young boys miss him. I miss him. His older children miss him. His friends miss him. We want him back.
Investigators say Murray has no known medical issues and no history of substance abuse or mental illness.
Well, a big letdown for Colin Kaepernick fans who were hoping to show support for his national anthem protest. People went to a church in San Francisco where the 49ers quarterback was supposed to be a special guest. But as KPIX 5's Kristen Ayers tells us, he never showed up.
Brother Colin is going to be here this morning. He had every plan of being here.
30 minutes into the Sunday morning church service, Reverend Amos Brown told the congregation of Third Baptist Church the special guest they'd been waiting for, Colin Kaepernick, would be a no-show.
Because of the rigors of his training and getting ready for those other games.
The disappointment in the room, palpable. This is a church known for its activism and civil rights. People packed the church in support of Kaepernick after he refused to stand during the national anthem as a statement against police brutality. Some churchgoers even trading their Sunday best for his jersey.
I kind of am disappointed he wasn't here.
I'll do 2 real quick.
Perhaps no one more disappointed than a group of 24 students from Mission High School who came from all over the Bay Area to be here.
I'm just kind of sad. At least he tried to come and make a stand.
Their teacher, Jeremy Vasquez, gave them extra credit to be here. He even brought essays the kids wrote. Kaepernick, he says, let them all down.
He has training camp, he has other responsibilities, but when you take a stand like that and you make those kind of waves, the least you can do, honestly, is now commit to your word.
Vasquez says the pressure is on Kaepernick now. His protest has become bigger than football.
What he's doing, we are all watching.
Reverend Brown said he would invite Colin Kaepernick back at a future date. He did not say when that will be. In San Francisco, Kristen Ayers, KPIX 5.
Well, the national anthem controversy isn't hurting Kaepernick's jersey sales. It's the top seller on the 49ers website. It was number 20 a couple of weeks ago. Also, it's the 5th best-selling jersey on NFL.com less than a year after it was put on the clearance rack.
Well, a big endorsement for San Francisco's acting police chief, Tony Chaplin. Today, the San Francisco Police Officers Association endorsed him for the permanent position. At least 60 people, including Chaplin, have applied for the police chief position. He's been acting chief since May. Chaplin has been with the department for 26 years. Turning to campaign 2016 now, and new CBS poll numbers showing Hillary Clinton holding strong in key battleground states. Reporter Marley Hall runs through the results and the challenge for the Trump campaign.
The latest CBS News Battleground Tracker poll shows Hillary Clinton leads Donald Trump 45 to 37% in Pennsylvania. But Trump's campaign says he can still win without the state in November.
We're taking Pennsylvania very seriously. We have several different paths to victory.
In North Carolina, our poll has Clinton ahead of Trump by 4 points. And the Democratic presidential nominee also leads Trump by 2 points in the 13 most competitive states, including Arizona. Trump gave a major immigration speech there last week after visiting Mexico.
They don't know it yet, but they're going to pay for the war.
Arizona Senator Jeff Flake has refused to endorse Trump and rebuked Trump's hardline policy on illegal immigrants.
That's not clear at all. Some people, as he said it was hardening, some said softening. I say it was just confusing.
Voters are still concerned with Clinton's explanation about why she used a private server while she was Secretary of State. 46% say the answers are getting less believable.
She said, look, by using one device, I made a mistake. I apologize for it. I've learned something and I wouldn't do it again.
Voters head to the polls in 65 days. Marley Hall, CBS News, New York.
A powerful storm Hermine is lingering a few hundred miles off the East Coast, but it's still causing riptides and pounding surf. It's also bringing crashing waves to the Jersey Shore as far south as Virginia. Red flags are up warning about the danger. You'll see them here. There they are. Swimming is not allowed, so lifeguards and police officers are patrolling beaches. One man letting his 5-year-old daughter wade in only up to her knees.
Do you feel the pull of the water when you're in?
Oh, yeah, you do. Yeah, you actually feel it. So you got to be careful.
Hermine may turn into a hurricane again, but will probably stay well out at sea. But it could cause coastal flooding and some beach erosion. And coming up, it's happened again. Another security scare at LAX. Why people were forced to evacuate this time.
And one little girl has quite a story about her birth, why she can thank an earthquake for her arrival.
How about the story of the forecast? Things are going to be changing finally this week. We'll tell you whether it gets colder or warmer. It won't be in between. The forecast is coming up in a minute.
The main lobby of the Fresno County Jail is back open tonight after a gunman opened fire on 2 correctional officers. Police say ex-convict Tong Vang walked into the lobby yesterday and shot 2 officers in the head and neck. One of them is in critical condition. Right now, officials say there are no plans to step up security at the jail.
There's a wild chase through 2 counties overnight that ended up with a man arrested. Police cars surrounded a van this morning. Earlier, a call went out about a man driving erratically in Santa Cruz, and that led to a 2-hour chase. It went over Highway 17, then onto city streets. It ended up in Cupertino. And then the suspect tried to puncture a gas can and was also waving a hammer.
The gentleman was yelling out the window on many occasions that he wished to be killed by the officers. The Santa Clara Sheriff's Office does know him. They've had prior contacts with him. So they tried to coax him out of the vehicle with talking. He didn't want to comply.
Well, the man eventually did climb out of the car. He was taken to a hospital before being booked.
And for the second week in a row, a major security scare at LAX. Shaky cell phone video posted on Twitter shows police officers with guns drawn. They were searching for a group of suspected car thieves who'd pulled up to the terminal and jumped out.
There were a lot of police officers, quite a number, and with a big assault rifle.
The sight of police sent passengers scrambling, some pushing their way through the screening area. Others ran out emergency exits to the tarmac. Police were able to restore order and get the suspects. Just last week, loud bangs that people mistook as gunshots led to a similar chaotic scene. Well, if you are taking BART tomorrow, plan ahead for some station closures. There's no train service at the Glen Park, Balboa Park, and Daly City stations. BART is repairing the tracks. A shuttle bus is available. Normal service resumes Tuesday morning.
Overseas, tens of thousands of people filled St. Peter's Square this morning as Pope Francis declared Mother Teresa a saint. Seth Doan reports from Vatican City.
We declare and define Blessed Teresa of Calcutta to be a saint.
Pope Francis declared Mother Teresa a saint before a crowd of more than 100,000 in St. Peter's Square under a clear blue sky. The Pope described Mother Teresa as a defender of the unborn, the sick, and the abandoned. In Calcutta, India, people watched the ceremony canonizing the woman who cared for the poorest of the poor. Others gathered around her tomb, adorned with a single candle, flowers, and her photo.
Today may be the official recognition on the part of the church, but among the faithful, they say it only confirms what they already believe. When you think of Mother Teresa, what comes to mind?
I don't know if I have the quote right, but she said like one drop of water in the ocean, and so you do one small thing and it just ripples outward, causes massive change.
Mother Teresa is an example. She's one to see and emulate. Her mercy goes beyond borders.
The so-called Saint of the Gutters was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 1979 for her work with Calcutta's poor and sick, a labor that continued well after she herself became ill. 2 miracles were attributed to Mother Teresa in order to reach sainthood. She's credited with curing a tumor-stricken Calcutta woman and for the recovery of a Brazilian man suffering from a potentially deadly brain infection. Seth Doan, CBS News, Rome.
Catholics in the Bay Area are paying tribute to Mother Teresa. The Cathedral of St. Mary of the Assumption in San Francisco held a mass and special reception this morning. There's also an exhibit on display with large signs and pictures of St. Teresa's work. An unusually strong earthquake did more than rattle nerves in Oklahoma this weekend. One family says it created a miracle. Tara Ring says when the magnitude 5.6 quake hit, her water broke. A few hours later, little Ainsley was born. Dad says it's a memorable way to mark the birth of his daughter.
But having the earthquake be there, and not only that, but being the biggest that's ever been recorded in Oklahoma, to have that to say, hey, looking back on you came into this earth because of an earthquake.
Aw, little Ainsley weighed in at 6 pounds and 4 ounces. Dad says she and Mom are doing well. Aw, congratulations, that's great.
We like happy endings, and
Yes, we do.
we've got a nice Labor Day weekend, a nice Labor Day Monday coming up for us. With warm temperatures inland, even it remains chilly along the shoreline. And we're going to show you the numbers right now. Anything but chilly. In San Jose, 60 degrees, 62 at Concord. Oakland's got 59 degrees, and in Santa Rosa, it's 59 as well. And here's what's happening. A deep low pressure trough is now moving farther to the east, and finally the influence of high pressure is slowly beginning to work its way toward the California coastline. Water temperatures remain cool, but because we're getting fairly brisk northwesterlies, it's scouring the coastline of most of the low clouds. So tomorrow morning, we're going to wake up to mostly sunny skies around the Bay Area, and it'll stay that way much of the day tomorrow. So to sum it up, there's going to be a few puffs of low clouds along the shoreline. Temperatures will warm, though, to the 90s inland by midweek. It'll be cool again by next weekend. Oakland A's taking on the Angels tomorrow, Monday, 1:05 p.m. Labor Day game, and it'll be sunny and breezy for that. Temperature of 68 degrees. Overnight lows tonight, we'll be looking at them mostly in the low to mid-50s. Sun up tomorrow morning, 16 minutes before 7 a.m. The water temperature well offshore, 55 degrees here, but at Huntington Beach, off of Southern California, guess what the water temperature is off Huntington Beach? Juliet?
Let me take a look there.
No.
Huntington Beach.
You're supposed to guess.
You love to do that
It's
to me,
not on
don't
the
you?
screen. It's 72 degrees
Exactly.
down there.
I was going to
72
say
degrees.
71.
Very good guess. Sunny and warmer for Labor Day for much of the Bay Area. Temperatures range from the low 60s along the shoreline to the mid 80s in the warmer inland places. And that's going to get warmer than that on Wednesday and Thursday. If your travel plans take you to Redding, it'll be 93 degrees. Out in the mountains, Lake Tahoe, nice 70 and sunshine, and 57 cool degrees at Yosemite. In San Francisco tomorrow, 66 is a little bit cooler than average. In Oakland, 70 degrees. And down in the South Bay, the numbers tomorrow will be near 80 degrees. A nice day, a little bit warmer at Cupertino at 85 and Los Gatos. Over in the East Bay, the numbers will be in the mid to upper 80s, and that's beginning a warming trend that will top out in the low to mid 90s by Wednesday. Up in the North Bay, beautiful tomorrow. Lots of sunshine. Temperatures upper 70s, low 80s, except right by the shore. Ukiah and Lakeport in Clear Lake tomorrow, the numbers will be in the mid 80s. Extended forecast. We're going to be looking for things to warm up inland into the 90s Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. First significant warming trend in a while before cooling it off next weekend. That's what's ahead in weather. As for what's up next in news, here's Juliet.
All right, Brian, thank you. Up next, your eyes aren't fooling you. That's a crooked sideline on a football field. What one high school is saying about the goof up.
That's her guy.
Wait, is he blind?
Messed up to rob a blind guy, isn't it?
The horror movie Don't Breathe is scaring up big bucks at the box office. It remained #1 for the second weekend in a row, earning nearly $16 million. Now coming in second was Suicide Squad, followed by Pete's Dragon, Kubo and the Two Strings, and, oh yes, Sausage Party.
Classics all. Get ready to quench your thirst with organic Gatorade. The new product will be called G Organic. It's made with just 7 ingredients, including sea salt. The drink will come in strawberry, lemon, and mixed berry flavors. Okay. G Organic will be available in select markets this fall. In case, Juliet, you're...
You had me at organic. A high school in South Carolina is crying foul about this crazy sight, a crooked sideline on one of its football fields. A school spokesman says he didn't know how it happened, but it was approved for playing, so the football game went on as scheduled. The line will be fixed by the next home game. All right, Vern, explain that one.
Somebody had too much fun at the...
Yeah.
Yeah, at the company party the night before, the rally the night before,
Yeah.
whoever was in control of that just was not able to negotiate a straight line, if you know what I mean.
It happens, I guess. Huh?
Yeah, yeah. Hey, straight ahead, we got this. Boy, these are trying times for the San Francisco Giants. They better go out and find some run production quick, or else. All right, Giants batting average this Cubs series, 106. Giants 16-30 since the All-Star break, 26 games left. You know, opponents, they just keep on counter-punching. Brandon Crawford and the Giants, 3 outs away from nailing down a win today at the Cubs, and Jason Hayward got the best of Santiago Garcia to tie it up at 2. This one went to the 13th inning, where it was Hayward again who struck a bloop, which brought in the game-winning run. Chicago won 3-2. Giants fell 3.5 back of the Dodgers in the West. Meantime, Red Sox starter Eduardo Rodriguez had a no-hitter in the 8th in Oakland, but Marcus Semien broke it up here when he beat out an infield single. This game was scoreless in the 9th, and then Chris Davis drove one. Runner going, watch Brock Holt. He would bobble it. It allowed Danny Valencia to score from first. That's how the A's won in a walk-off, 1-0, snapping a 9-game losing streak to Boston. College football, Texas about to ruin 10th-ranked Notre Dame's night. In double overtime, it was Tyrone Swoops who dove in, and the Longhorns upset the Irish 50-47. That's 97 points on the board.
Wow. And
if that scoreboard could talk, it'd be like, whoo, man, get this game over with.
Game day's coming up.
Indeed.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Yeah.
I thought I had the wrong day.
Game day is coming up 11:30 on the sister station. Thrills and spills there.
All right, Vern, thank you. And thanks for watching. Join us again at 11 on KPIX5.
And remember, the news always on CBSSF.com. Appreciate you watching. We're going to look at the Transamerica Pyramid because we have nothing left to say. Good night.